Just like Christmas is the favorite day of the year for Christians, the Game Awards is the favorite day of the year for all gamers. Every gamer just wants to watch it burn to the ground. This show is an unbearable snorefest watching it live on your computer. You can tell every streamer gets bored watching this crap. And then there are people who actually go out of their way, pay money to buy tickets, waste all that time to go to that show, wait there until it begins, and watch that massive boredom live. And they do it every year. They just can't stop smelling the syrup. They really need the attention of being seen by cameras in a wannabe important show with so-called celebrities who think they have more value in life than the average person when in reality they have less. A new Ninja Gaiden game, I hope it's good. And it's a 2D side-scroller, meaning Ninja Gaiden goes back to its roots. That's how this franchise started, and they were always meant to be hard games, so I wonder if a certain fandom that pretends it likes hard games and it's full of hardcore players is going to give it a try. Who am I kidding? We all know they won't. Alright, it looks very solid with its art, its mechanics and its music. That was a good start. The Game Awards show might be trash because it's like the Oscars, but at least some good games are still being announced. The hell is this game? Is this a Tetris-like or is this a Strand type game?
That was the first look at the gameplay of Slay the Spire 2. I'm thrilled because there's a new Slay the Spire, but also terrified because I just got over my crippling addiction to the first, so the cycle continues.
You lying bitch. That's a textbook lie, by the way. Slay the Spire is considered very addictive by many, so she wants to pretend she's also one of them, just so she can pretend she is one of the gamers and she relates to us and she cares about video games. In reality, she doesn't give a fuck about video games. She only cares about the money that can be made by selling them to gullible idiots. Of course, the same goes as well for the other idiot. Geoff was his name. The entire show is just a sellout shit show, just shilling for corporations and bullshit organizations. In many ways even, not just video game shilling.
Since 2018, the TGA Global Gaming Citizen Program has recognized individuals doing their part to better the world through games.
These people are making the world better with their games? Holy shit, they must be making some super masterpieces.
This year's recipient makes games that protect nature and fight climate change.
Wait, what? How the hell can a video game protect nature and fight climate change? They probably mean doing all of that in the video game, not in real life, right?
Here's the story of Laura Carter, CEO and founder of Trees Please Games.
I've worked in games for the best part of 20 years. PlayStation, Disney, Us2 Games, Square Enix. I loved working there. I loved working on such massive games, but I actually had a sense of guilt. In parallel with my games career, I've always had a passion, or actually don't like to call it a passion, I like to think of it more as a sort of a purpose.
Okay, so she's the CEO and she had the feeling of guilt and her life was missing a purpose. How the hell is fishing inhumane? Fish reproduce really fast, really large numbers, they are very nutritious and they are super healthy to eat. They also barely feel any pain. What do you want us to eat instead? Bugs?
For making a difference in the world.
I like how she put the people in the fish nets as if that proves any point, as if that means anything. Does she believe people and fish are equals? I suppose it makes sense if she has the intelligence of a fish.
Nice tree.
She is literally hugging trees. She is clinically insane. Then again, if she has the intelligence of a tree, her relationship with them can be mutual.
It struck me that there was such an opportunity to use these games that were reaching hundreds of millions of people to create awareness about what's happening in the world. So when you play Longleaf Valley, you're restoring and saving a national park. And then as you're playing, you're actually collecting tree tokens to plant a real tree. Our players together have planted over 1.6 million trees now. but it's amazing to know that together we are making a real difference.
Okay, so first of all, building trees is good, but it's not saving the planet. And second of all, did I miss the part where your video games are making the world a better place? There was nothing shown there that could possibly make the world better in the slightest. Is anyone really stupid enough to believe that kind of shit? Was anyone really convinced that buying these games is going to help make the world a better place? Who the fuck was this made for? Completely disingenuous and disgusting virtue signaling of the highest degree. It's like saying, look guys, I am planting trees and my video games can save the planet. Please praise me and love me and worship me and give me all your money. This kind of shit would insult the intelligence of an amoeba if the amoeba could understand words. This is the kind of turbo cringe that makes me avoid watching this absolute shit show and just wait until it's over so I can watch the game trailers. I honestly don't understand how streamers can tolerate this kind of nonsense as if it's nothing. If they actually cared, they could bring some scientists that are researching and using all kinds of cheap and renewable energy like nuclear energy and explain how to use them safely, but of course they won't do that because that requires intelligence and there is none to be found in that stupid audience. Just virtue signal to them in a way that even a monkey could understand and you will be able to sell them some games.
Love it. Cannot wait to get that on my wish list.
Hey look, she lied again. I'm sure no one saw that coming. It's almost as if that's their entire business model.
Cozy K.
Thanks, Sydney. Hey, Game Awards. I'm really excited to share one of my most anticipated cozy games with you. Tales of the Shire. There's so much to marvel at in the Shire. I love how it feels like I'm inside the books. I love spending endless hours in my IRL garden, and this game captures that feeling so well.
So you have a real life garden where you spend lots of hours, and during your free time what you decide to do is play a video game that's very similar to your real life garden activities. Makes perfect sense.
Now I'll hop inside the kitchen and start cooking.
Okay, it looks like a game for grandmas, I guess. Don't you dare
I
say
guess I
anything about
arrived.
it saving the
Time to
planet, or your garden will burst into flames. What's that? Terraria, but with more gardening? Does this game save the planet? If she was more edgy, she would be my type. Here comes one of the biggest sellout whores of the industry.
Welcome to the Game Awards, the biggest global celebration of video games out there. Listen, fellas, if you don't mind, we have a lot of people here in the audience waiting to see the show.
Yeah, speaking of a lot of people, why isn't this theater full, huh?
Yeah, we heard you always sell out.
Holy shit, the Muppets fucking killed him. How the hell do the puppets manage to have more soul than the human beings in this show? I think we should hire them and fire Geoff and that other stupid bitch. That's what I would do. That would increase the quality of the show dramatically.
Listen, Evan.
That's funny, but that's actually Aaron.
What the hell is this stupid skit?
Look, I get it. You were in, like, the greatest show of all time, and yeah, everybody loved The Wire. But, listen,
Okay.
that's TV.
Right.
And this is video games, okay?
Yeah.
This is art.
And movies aren't art? What the hell are you implying here? Are you implying that Hollywood is garbage? If so, then I agree, but that still doesn't mean movies are not art. And you also have the audacity to say that in an age where so many companies are creating glorified cutscene simulators instead of giving us proper gameplay.
I guess I was just a little starstruck meeting you, you know? Let's be honest.
So I know we're just reading off the prompter, but it still felt really good to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Can you just fuck already? Is this Squid Game? Holy shit, yes. Kill the entire audience. It's the only way to make this show entertaining.
Unleashed will provide the same highs.
Wait, what the hell is that? Where is the bloodshed? There isn't even blood in the game. Are you out of your fucking mind? Squid Game is a garbage show about some idiot losers who are playing literal kindergarten games that require no skill, and some stupid rich people want to watch them die as if they have nothing better to do with their lives. There is nothing interesting happening with the games, none of the characters are actually interesting or even pretty, I would say. It's a terrible copy of the anime Kaiji. Here comes the guy who has destroyed his brain cells by abusing weed. I'm sure he has a lot of interesting things to say to his therapist. The biggest and most interesting part of the show was this right here.
And did something truly extraordinary. Meet TGA's first ever game changer.
Starting in early 2023, significant waves of layoffs started in the games industry.
It strikes you, it hurts, right? It's like a ton of bricks.
What am I supposed to do?
Tens of thousands of gamers have been laid off at a level that is unprecedented in the industry's history.
I love this brand, I love this company. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do?
I actually started in games relatively late. Even though I've loved the industry,
this guy, Amir Satvat, is presented like just a normal guy who's trying to help people, and if that was the case, this would be actually great. There have been some layoffs of developers and teams that were not deserved, like Hi-Fi Rush and Visions of Mana. So if I personally had a company and I could afford it, I would hire them immediately. But helping them find a job, since they are really talented, is also pretty good. So when I first saw this part, I thought this is a good guy, understands some problems with the industry and uses his free time to actually help people and improve it. But after doing some research, I realized it's actually the opposite, and this entire part is an absolute lie and a very disgusting one.
Data analysis, and I said, well, I can do something with this. I started a community with one resource.
We just started putting together a list of all the job openings out there.
And over iteration after iteration, it ended up becoming a suite of several different resources. We have 2,300 coaching volunteers who've given people over 50,000 community coaching conversations for free.
He's pure pro bono, Amir.
There is no payment. He doesn't take anything back from the community.
I'm proud to say we've helped place nearly 3,000 people in jobs.
Amir is like career Santa Claus.
If it weren't for Amir and for this community, I wouldn't have even known this job was here.
He has created this like beacon of light.
So first of all, he is not just a random dude who is into video games, even though they presented him here like some small YouTuber in his own Facebook page, and according to Google as well, he is a business development director working at arguably the biggest video game company in the world. And it's literally his job to find jobs for other people. He is getting paid for it. Why was he presented as some kind of simple individual who is just helping people out of his own goodwill? But that's not even the worst problem here. This absolute dipshit supports forced diversity, and he believes that just by being an individual that belongs to a group of people that might have been harassed or discriminated against, then you are a victim and you deserve special treatment. So according to this idiot, even if you are a millionaire, genius, supermodel, super healthy, and nothing bad happened to you your whole life, if you are black or a woman, you are automatically a victim. He is completely fucked in the head. All these stats here mean absolutely nothing. This guy is so high in a mega corporation and he doesn't understand the first thing about economy. Apparently he has lived up to his 30s in his mother's basement, and then he somehow managed to find a job because of connections, I guess, because he clearly doesn't have much of a brain. Like, look at that. Women in the gaming industry are paid 16% less on average than their male counterparts. Okay, what is the reason of that? You think it's because they are just women? What kind of sense does that make? If that was the case, then why not hire only women, since you can just pay them less and keep more money to yourself? Why Why would you hire men in the first place if you are just going to waste more money, since they clearly have equal skill, right? When I get hired at a job I have never done before, I'm getting paid less than the rest, not because they just decided to discriminate against me, but because I'm clearly less experienced than the ones who have been working there for years. And once I become just as good, they start paying me equally, and sometimes they give me special bonuses because I'm the one who decides to work at days no one else wants. Minority groups are 30% less likely to be promoted to leadership positions. Once again, you don't know the reason as to why. These statistics are pointless to just throw them out without any context. Disabled employees experience a 25% lower likelihood of being hired for roles they are qualified for. Yeah, because they have less chances to survive outside of their job. They can be beaten more easily, they can be robbed more easily, they just generally can't avoid danger coming towards them fast enough. Obviously, if you had two people of similar skills and one of them was disabled, you will hire the healthy one. He has better chances of staying alive on the long run. He won't have to skip work at days that it might be physically impossible to come because of transportation problems and so on. Like, this guy's job is hiring people and he's so stupid, he doesn't understand the first thing about it. Older workers are more likely to face age-related bias in hiring and promotion. How is it bias? Once again, when it comes to people of equal skill, you are going to choose the healthier and younger one, since you will be able to keep them for way longer. Is age just a number to him? LGBTQ plus employees report a 21% higher incidence of harassment in the workplace. What the hell does that have to do with hiring people? That's a completely different issue. And his last statistic is pretty much exactly same with the first one. If you can hire poor people and pay them less for doing the exact same job with richer people, then why the hell would you hire richer people? DEI is about eliminating unequal treatment, he says. What an absolute troglodyte. DEI is literally about forcing you to accept specific people of either race or gender that they choose. It's literally about controlling you, you dumb motherfucker. If they cared about helping people, then they would be giving them actual opportunities to see if they can shine and prove themselves, instead of just shoving them and forcing you to keep them.
Please join me in welcoming a man who has the well-being of the game developer community in his heart. On behalf of the Game Awards, I'm honored to present the first ever TGA Game Changer, Amir Satvat.
You can't make great games without great people. I'm proud of so many of you who have already joined me to make an impact. I challenge everyone to ask themselves, what more can we each do to make our industry better?
My parents, who
really devoted their lives to me and taught me that my value lies in how I treat other people.
So we have this guy with a fake presentation taking an award for hiring people based on race and gender with extreme prejudice instead of skill, and he is proudly virtue signaling about making the industry better while he is literally helping one of the scummiest corporations in the world and the scummiest organizations as well, being unable to see through his own hypocrisy that he is literally racist and sexist by definition, even though that's the exact thing he is supposed to be fighting against, and everyone claps. This is total insanity. At this point, it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a participant of the Game Awards not being a scumbag or a dipshit. By the way, I'm sorry I didn't talk much about the video games. This stupid show pissed me off so much, I wanted to dedicate an entire video pointing out how insanely stupid it is. The games I'm interested in are Virtua Fighter, Onimusha and Okami, and of course the Ninja Gaiden game that I already mentioned.